Good afternoon folks, and welcome to Friday's episode of Adam's Eats. How are we doing? Now I'm going to show you how to make possibly the easiest pasta recipe you're ever going to make. It's so easy, I had second thoughts about putting it up on the channel, but then I thought, actually this is what the channel's about. It's about simple home cooked food that's cheap, it's tasty, and it takes no time at all. And what we're going to make is spaghetti with tomato and capers. There's going to be some lemon zest in there, a bit of garlic, some fresh tomatoes, bit of passata, and then we're going to finish it off with some grated Parmesan cheese, and it's going to be absolutely stonking. So that's enough of me rabbiting on. If you hit that pause button, make a list of those ingredients, and we'll go and get stuck into it. Right, so the first thing we need to do is get our spaghetti on. I've got a pan here of water, which I've just brought to the boil. And now we need to open this packet. Now you could just faff about if you want, cut it with scissors or get a knife and just fiddle about with it. But the simplest and easiest way to open a pack of spaghetti is just grab it like so and then just go whack. Hey, pretty cool that, isn't it? So we'll get the spaghetti in the water. I'm going to use about half. Add a good pinch of salt. Smush it down. And then you want to simmer that for about 8 to 9 minutes. Use the packet instructions till the pasta is nice and cooked. And whilst that's doing that, we'll get on and we'll make the sauce. So I've got some cherry tomatoes here that I've had in the fridge for a few days. They're starting to look a bit ropey, so they need using up. So I'm going to use these. I'm going to take off the tops and then just simply cut them in half. And once you've chopped those, just move them out of the way for a second. We'll get our garlic. Usual drill, just peel, chop it up, nice and fine. You don't have to mince it, but try and get it as fine as you can. And once that's chopped, we'll get that in our pan. And then we'll add a good glug of oil. And then sweat that gently for about a minute, just to take the edge off that garlic. So after about a minute, you can see that the tomatoes are just starting to go nice and soft. They're leaching out some of that liquid, and the edge has just been taken off that garlic. And once it's at that stage, we can add our capers. Now, these ones are in water. If you're using ones in brine, then make sure you drain them off first because it'll be a bit too strong. So just add those in. Now if you're wondering what capers are like, they've got a real salty kick to them. They pack a punch and they add loads of flavour to any pasta dish. Next we're going to go in with our passata, grate in the zest of about half a lemon, and just a pinch of salt. Remember there's going to be salt in those capers, so don't add too much. Then about 5 or 6 turns of the peppermill, mix that all through, and then just let that simmer away for a couple of minutes until your pasta is ready. Now that looks about ready. The first thing I'm going to do is just give it a quick taste. Now, just to balance out some of the sour notes in there, I'm just going to add a pinch of sugar. And now we want to add our cooked pasta. Doesn't matter if you take a little bit of the water and then just give that a good old mix through. So all that tomato flavour just gets soaked up right into the spaghetti. Now I've turned off the heat and I'm going to grate in some Parmesan cheese. We'll give that a good old mix up, and that's my spaghetti with tomato and capers done. Let's serve it up. Right, so let's get some of this served up in a bowl. Then of course we're going to top it with more Parmesan, why wouldn't you? And then a little spattering of parsley. You could use fresh basil if you want, but I haven't got any. And there we are folks, that's it, done. Let's have a taste. Right, so here we go then. This is my spaghetti with tomato and capers. Let's give it a try. The first thing you get is a good old smack around the face from those capers and that lemon. It's got a real nice sharp twang to it, and then it's kind of mellowed down with just that pinch of sugar and then that creaminess of that Parmesan cheese. You wouldn't believe that there was just so few ingredients in it. So this is absolutely fantastic for students or if you're on a really tight budget, because it's cheap as chips. I mean, it's pasta, a few tomatoes, a bit of garlic and some capers. The only real extravagance is the Parmesan cheese, but a little bit goes a long way. And that about wraps up today folks, so thanks for tuning in and watching. Hope you enjoyed the recipe. Again, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think. And of course, leave me suggestions of any recipes you want me to make. Drop them in the comments below as well. Or you can get me on the About page. There'll be a section on there that says send message. So use that button and then you can send me a direct message if you want to. And I'll see you guys next time for more tasty fun and frolics. And I'm off to finish my tea. Ta-ta for now.